Hi everyone, Ian here. Well, welcome. We've put together this short video to help give you some insights into the financial results that we've just released, and importantly share some sense of the plans and priorities for the year ahead. I wanted to spend a few minutes just talking about the year we've just faced, and the first thing I want to say is, and acknowledge, is that we've had the most competitively intense year ever. And that's created a lot of change in the organisation, and sometimes the pace of change can be actually quite difficult to keep up with. And I want to acknowledge that, and I want to thank you for the support that you've shown, the passion you've shown, and the focus that you've brought to delivering our purpose of successful independence. You should be very proud of the results that we've achieved today, because in these conditions we've achieved some great outcomes. Great outcomes for our retailers, for our suppliers, for our shareholders as well. And I'm going to hand you over now to the pillar CEOs, so Stephen Kane, Scott Marshall and Mark Laidlaw, to share with you their plans and priorities for the coming FY18 year.
Hi everyone, Steve from Supermarkets and Convenience. I just wanted to start by talking a little bit about F17. A very challenging year. 100 competitors opened stores against us. A lot of money going into price, which caused deflation. But despite all that, IGA managed its third successive year of growth, which says a lot about the resilience of the IGA brand. We also managed to simplify the business quite significantly and took out a lot of costs through our Working Smarter program, and that program will continue over the next few years. So thank you to everybody who's involved in anything to do with driving sales or simplifying the business. As we look at some of the other major programs that are going to happen in F18, the first one is the trading model, and a lot of work's gone into this. Our retailers have said loud and clear that the number one thing they want from us is a lower cost of goods, and the trading model will help deliver that, and that's something we want to have in place with our retailers over the next 12 months. The next thing is the mini DSA program. The mini DSA program complements the DSA program. Many of you will know this has been very successful. We've got 100 stores a year been going through DSA. The DSA program increases the amount of fresh food that we have in our stores. The mini DSA is about having the right range of groceries in our stores, and in particular some of the growing areas of grocery like health foods and health and beauty. That program is currently on trial in 10 stores and will be rolling out over the next 12 months. Alongside the mini DSA program, we've got a program called Indie Direct. Indie Direct is there to replace the current charge-through program, which is very much a paper-based system. This will be an online portal and will appeal to a wider range of suppliers so that we can grow our sales. The final program I want to talk about is our Buy As You Need program, and as many of you will know, there are two types of shopper, or two broad types of shopper in supermarkets. People who do the weekly shop, very value orientated generally, and people who are shopping more regularly looking for fresh foods and things to consume or use in the next 24 hours. This is our sweet spot. It's higher growth, it's higher margin, we've got more points of distribution than anyone else. We need to be best for the Buy As You Need shopper, and with that in mind, we're significantly improving the range of our ready meals, barbecue chickens and other things to appeal to those type of customers and be a destination for them. That's not everything that's happening in supermarkets and convenience, and I apologise if I've left something out that you are working on. There's a whole raft of initiatives behind this, but once again, thank you for your efforts so far, and I look forward to seeing you in F18. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Scott Marshall from ALM. Our business has had another really strong year. We've grown both sales and EBIT in a competitive market with a changing consumer. We've also been able to deliver sales growth and margin growth for our retailers. I want to thank everyone in the team at ALM that's helped achieve this, and also from the broader Metcash group, the support you've given us. Thank you very much. The year ahead for us will be challenging. As I said, we've got a competitive market with a changing consumer. The key for us is making sure we adapt our offer to each local market. All of our initiatives will help deliver best store in town for our retailers, and we think that will help us grow. The other key important factor for us is simplifying our business and ensuring that ALM's easy to do business with both our suppliers and our retailers. You'll see lots of initiatives roll out across ALM in the next 12 months that will help us achieve our goals. Thanks again for your time and effort. I'll see you all out and about over the next few months. Have a good one. Thanks.
G'day, Mark Laidlaw here from the Hardware Pillar. Just wanted to spend a couple of minutes talking about all the wonderful things that happened in hardware in the last financial year, and then talk about a couple of the big challenges we have going forward. Obviously, well documented and stated that we acquired the business from Woolworths, Home Timber and Hardware, in October of 2016. Fantastic and exciting deal was completed, which effectively takes our business from $1 billion in sales to $2 billion. And that's been well publicised and documented. The part I really wanted to talk about today was the business as usual component. Those 5 key strategies that we put in place some 12 months ago, such as number 1, best store in town, number 2, the shopper-led range, number 3, building the trade business. Now that's a key point, building the trade business, because that's a point of difference with Bunnings. So we want to build the timber business, build the plumbing, and also increase our building product sales. The 4th strategy is all about digital and developing the insights that come from our digital platform. Also a very important piece as we see Amazon entering Australia. And the 5th strategy was the working smarter, which is absolutely aligned with the Metcash initiatives. At this point, I wanted to thank those tireless workers at Mitre 10 that really went over and above. So whilst a number of the executive team were distracted in doing the integration, there was a huge effort done by the Mitre 10ers to make sure we still hit our goals on those 5 strategies. For example, in Sapphire, we completed 22 Sapphire stores for the year, and a tireless effort done by Dave Dillon and his store development team. So a big thank you. Louise Haskins and Chris Sotra continued with the JV program. Big thank you to those people and their teams. I could go on, it's hard to leave people out. Looking to the year ahead, 2017-18, we have 2 major strategies that we've got in place for this year. Difficult too, because the first one, as part of the ACCC undertakings, we have to harmonise all our trading terms. So that means all the Home Timber and Hardware stores, the Thrifty Link stores, Mitre 10 and True Value, all have to buy at the same price. So that piece of work is happening at the moment. Our field teams are really engaged and getting out and discussing with all the stores what their new trading terms are going to be. And we'll continue to do that through June, July and August. Once that's completed, we will also have to make a decision on the branding going forward. At the moment we have 4 brands. There's a lot of research happening at the moment, and later on in the year we'll come out with a recommendation on what the branding will be. Will it be a 2-brand strategy or a single brand strategy? So with that, I'd like to thank both or everyone at Independent Hardware Group for the tireless efforts during the year, and look forward to the future with great excitement. Thanks very much.
So there you have it. Fantastic summaries from the guys. Scott talked about continued growth, steady growth at ALM in liquor. Mark talked about the importance of getting our trading terms agreed for all our customers in the hardware business, and the continued focus on the integration of Mitre 10 and Home Timber and Hardware. And Stephen talked about some of the vital initiatives that are being put in place to not only make us more competitive, but to differentiate us and run our own race in the supermarket and convenience sector as well. So lots of exciting things ahead in the year ahead too. I wanted to just spend a few minutes talking about the transformation that's going on, not just at Metcash in the marketplace. And over the last 4 years, as I think back over that time, we're a very different business today than we were 4 years ago. And there's a number of factors that have led to that. And we've made a lot of very positive changes and steps forward. But I think it's also important to remember that we operate in a very dynamic marketplace, in the consumer and retail marketplace. The whole marketplace has been in transition and transformation. And if you think about it, and I'll give you a couple of examples of businesses that have affected us directly in recent years. The failure and subsequent closure of Masters. Look, let's face it, that was a disaster for all the people who worked for that business. But it was a signal that it's a very competitive sector and very difficult to break through and be successful in that sector. Now, the good news out of that, of course, for us was we had the opportunity to buy Home Timber and Hardware and add that to Mitre 10. But another example would be that the market-leading supermarket player in that sector invested $1 billion in lower prices for consumers in an effort to win back the customers they had been losing. And in so doing, effectively halved the profits of their business over a 2-year period. Nobody could have foreseen those sort of transformational changes taking place. So what does that mean? What does that mean for us? Well, the reason for talking about this is that it's the reason that we need to continue to adapt. We need to continue to adapt ourselves to the changing consumer and the changing competitive landscape. And I know that can seem quite challenging as we look ahead, and maybe there's not going to be too much respite from our competition ahead, because you've read the papers like me and there are new people coming to our shores to compete with us. But if we continue to adapt and continue to do what we're doing, then we're best placed to continue to grow in the future. And what I want to do is really acknowledge the incredible resilience of people across Metcash for adapting themselves to the changes that we've had to make in the business in recent times. And really, what I'm asking for in terms of your support in the future is to give us more of the same, really continue to demonstrate that patience and resilience. But I also want to thank each of you for the hard work that you put into helping us deliver some very creditable results in FY17. And that came through your hard work. And I want to more specifically call out what I see every day is incredible passion, focus and determination that people at Metcash bring to their jobs every day in order to help us get closer to our core purpose of successful independence. And I want to tell you, I think that is making a difference. So again, what I ask is that as we go ahead into FY18, continue to bring that passion, that focus, that determination, bring the best that you can be to the job every day. And let's continue to fight the good fight in FY18. Thank you.